So good morning, you guys. Welcome back to Northford Timber Framers class of 2012. We're back in the shop today, and I thought I'd do something that we haven't talked about yet in one of our YouTube videos. I thought I'd spend a few minutes talking about blueprints, shop drawings. We have a set of architectural drawings that was done for one of the guys in our group. He came to me a few months later and said he wanted to know how he could turn these drawings something that he could actually fabricate and timber frame his barn from in a very practical way. It's a very appealing picture, and to somebody who didn't know much, you might look at it and say, oh, that's a beautiful barn, I want to build that. But there's no substance to it, you guys. There's no measurements, there's no terminology that we would use in timber framing. I'd like to take a minute and show you what one of our drawings looks like when we've taken it from what might be one of these architectural drawings, which really has a bunch of gibberish on it and overall generic dimensions. And here's what it looks like a little bit differently when it's broken down into a shop drawing, into a working man's drawing, something that you can execute a timber frame from, because it has the proper detail, it gives the proper information, and most of our hand-drawn prints contain some pretty simple math too, because the mathematics of the whole equation is what makes the barn work. It can't be a mystery. Here's a drawing of two opposing principal posts with all the detail that goes along with them, full of information, everything you'd need to execute all of the principal posts in your building. If I could take the liberty to slide in one of the architectural drawings, and you know, it's ink on paper, but it's not giving you nearly the information that one of our hand-drawn practical drawings does. Okay, so next we have our beam list. So it's very important that you stay organized, that you assign all of your timbers, whether they're tie beams or posts or girts or braces. It's important that you assign every one of them a known name and a known location. So that's what we're going to teach you guys how to do at class. We're going to teach you guys to stay organized and how to timber frame for yourself. So here's another drawing, a different view of the same post. As you can see by the note on the print, it's inside looking out. So we always make reference to how you're viewing the post or the timber or the tie beam that we've drawn a print for. So if I get a student that calls me up and says, George, I don't understand how to do a girt mortise on a B1 post. So I would ask them to go to page 5 and we would talk ourselves through it. Here's a gable end view. Again, you guys, a very practical, common sense blueprint, a hands-on working drawing, showing you all the mathematics of the gable end of this timber frame. That's a receipt from where we get most of our timbers here in Connecticut, from Charles Pike. Actually, if you take our class this year, you actually get several handouts. You actually get a working set of drawings, which this is information on how to make pegs for yourself, you guys. It's all the steps of making white oak timber frame pegs. That's what you get from us when you come to class. This is a receipt for the person that we buy our timber frame drill bits from. He's in Washington State. He makes the nicest drill bits in the world, bar none. He makes them by hand, one at a time, and so you'll get all that information at class this year. And just some other historical facts about different things. This is the handout that you get, the actual blueprints of the class project, which starts with an artist's rendering on the cover, which many building departments like to see. They like to see an artist's rendering of what you're actually doing. And then if we went through these pages, that's our plan view or our overhead view. Once again, a very practical approach to building your timber frame. Shows the placement of the doors. So it's like reading a book. So when you call for help, or as you progress with your skills of timber framing and drawing your own prints, and your CAD system doesn't understand how to timber frame, you guys. It doesn't understand the codes that we know. It doesn't understand the lessons that we've learned from dismantling the work of timber frame masters from 5 centuries ago. That's right, 5 centuries. So your CAD system doesn't know what we know, I promise you. So one of the things that we pride ourselves on, you guys, is that you guys can take what we teach you at class, and it can be a model for your project. Now you also could build this exact project. This is our rules, you guys. And every year we teach class, we come up with more rules. And the rules are just, they're simple ideas of what you should adhere to. So you're going to go home with this information, you guys. I promise you, you're going to get the best blue-collar, hands-on, from the ground up experience in designing and building your own timber frame. And I don't care if you're an MIT graduate. We have lots of engineers and lots of architects who've taken our class, and they smile at how simple we make this process. I'd like to tell you guys I appreciate how many thousands of people have viewed our YouTube videos. It makes us feel really good. Our class enrollment is going wonderful. And seeing these YouTube videos is just a small taste of the excitement you'll be in for if you spend 3 days with us. I always think that there's a little madness that comes along with creativity. And if you look at these blueprints strewn out across this table, it brings to mind possibly a mad scientist, possibly somebody trying to draw something, an artist, or somebody trying to design some really cool architecture, and they're rolling up the paper and throwing it in the corner when they make a mistake. That's basically what I do. It's madness. It's controlled madness, but the end product is what matters, you guys. There's nothing simple about doing this, but if you start from the ground up, if you have an understanding of how to do things the proper way, your timber frame will come out fantastic. So thank you for joining us here this morning, and I do hope you'll consider signing up for Northford Timber Framers class of 2012. Hey, have a great day.